Space Channel 5 is a music video game developed by United Game Artists under the direction of Tetsuya Mizuguchi and published by Sega. During gameplay, the game characters perform a sequence of moves to the beat, such as steps and shots, which the player must reproduce with corresponding button presses. The game's theme song, Mexican Flyer, was composed by Ken Woodman in the 1960s. Space Channel 5 was first released in Japan in 1999 in North America and Europe in 2000 for the Dreamcast. It was later released for the PlayStation 2 in Japan and Europe in 2002 and in North America as Space Channel 5, Special Edition in 2003. And then ported by THQ to the Game Boy Advance as Space Channel 5, Ulala's Cosmic Attack in the same year. A sequel, Space Channel 5, Part 2, was released for Dreamcast and PlayStation 2 in 2002, and on Steam on March 4, 2011. Gameplay: the games revolve around players controlling the funky space reporter, Ulala, as she grooves to rescue hostages and stop the enemy. Each level is split up into several parts, revolving around dance-offs or shootouts, during which the player must repeat commands spoken by the opponent in time to the rhythm. Dance-offs involve dancing against an opponent, with some routines differing depending on the player's performance, while shootouts require players to shoot attacking enemies and rescue hostages. Successful moves increase ratings while making mistakes will lower ratings and cause the player to lose hearts, possibly causing them to lose hostages. If the player loses all their hearts during certain battles, or if the ratings drop too low, the player will have to restart the level. Clearing the game unlocks an alternate story mode with some differences. Plot: Space Channel 5 takes place 500 years in the future, where interstellar television stations fight for ratings. Ulala is a new reporter for one such station, Space Channel 5, joining up with them having previously been saved by one of their reporters 10 years ago. When a strange alien race known as the Merolians start kidnapping hostages and forcing them to dance, Ulala is sent in to report the news and rescue the hostages with her funky moves. The Merolians aren't the only problem, however, as Ulala must also contend with rival reporter, Pudding, and pirate broadcaster, Jaguar. As Ulala investigates further into this incident, she starts to learn that not everything is as it seems. Characters Ulala, Space Channel 5's top reporter. When she was young, a reporter from Space Channel 5 saved her life, which inspired her to become a reporter for the channel. She carries with her trusty microphone and 2 guns. The chew beam is used for shooting aliens, robots and other attackers, while the rescue beam is used to rescue hostages being forced to dance. When ratings are high, she emits a pink aura, signifying she is full of groove energy. Fuse, the broadcaster of Space Channel 5. He remains in the broadcasting ship all the time, and his face is never seen. He relays instructions to Ulala to help her through her missions, although he often gets fascinated by Ulala's moves. Pudding, a former teen idol that has become the reporter for Channel 42. She dislikes Ulala stealing her remaining popularity, and usually shows up early on in the games. With her bodyguards, groupies and her catchphrase "It's me, Pudding." She challenges Ulala but usually finds herself beaten. In Part 2, she challenges Ulala to a guitar battle. In both games, she teams up with Ulala on later levels. Jaguar, a reporter from a pirate broadcasting station dedicated to giving viewers the truth. In the first game, he tends to act snubby against Ulala's affiliation with Space Channel 5. He was a former member of Space Channel 5, and was indeed the reporter who saved Ulala's life 10 years ago, but he sensed corruption from the station's head chief, Blank. He does, however, rescue Ulala once again from Blank, and uses his backup group to get Ulala back in the groove. In Part 2, he mysteriously disappears while investigating something. Later, it was revealed that he was brainwashed by Purge, becoming the Shadow. He is saved by Ulala near the end of Part 2. Space Michael, a member of Space Channel 5, based on and voiced by Michael Jackson. First appearing as a cameo in Part 1, he has a more involved role in Part 2. After being rescued by Ulala from the Rhythm Rogues, Michael uses his singing skills against a singing robot and joins her to fight against Purge. Pine, a member of the Eastern Venus Space Police. In Part 2, when dozens of reporters are heading for a scoop, Pine lays down the law to clear the area, opening fire on Ulala, who refuses to leave. She then challenges Ulala and Noise to a drum battle. Later on, she calls on Ulala's help to stop Purge. She also has a younger twin sister named Texas in Extra Mode. Morolians, alien creatures from the planet Morodia. They invaded Earth, forcing people to dance in the first game. They have very high voices. It was later revealed that Space Channel 5 chief, Mr. Blank, was brainwashing them so Space Channel 5 would get higher ratings. In Part 2, the leader of the Morolians, Hogue, is a news reporter on Morolian News, which airs in between reports but constantly gets hijacked by Purge. In Report 5, he joins Ulala in stopping Purge. Chief Blank, the head chief of Space Channel 5 in the first game, Blank became corrupt and brainwashed the Morolians to stage an alien invasion, so that Space Channel 5 would get higher ratings. He despises reporters who he calls pens, and that spread truth like disease. He even goes as far as to create a robot clone of Ulala called Ulala, the perfect reporter to replace her. He is soon defeated using the dance energy of the crowd and sent flying into space. Ulala, the robotic doppelganger of Ulala. Ulala was created by Chief Blank, who, of course, is the head of Space Channel 5. Ulala was designed to show Chief Blank's vision. Ulala looks just like Ulala, only at the ends of her pigtails are antennas and Ulala wears black and green dress. In the first game, she was designed to be the ultimate reporter, but easily gets defeated by Ulala. In Part 2, Ulala was upgraded and recolored by Noise to be on Ulala's side, helping to defeat Purge. An Ulala costume can be worn in Part 2. Development. In discussing the study of target demographics, Mizuguchi related the story of designing Space Channel 5, which was at first a vague assignment from Sega that asked only that Mizuguchi design a game with a broad enough appeal to draw in even casual female gamers. This was the first I'd heard of casual female gamers, he said, so I didn't really know what to do. I personally interviewed a lot of young girls, trying to find out what they like. Women, he says, tend to enjoy puzzle games, while male gamers want to be on top, they want to accomplish something and be the champion. It's difficult, he insists, to create a game that appeals to both males and females on an equal level. Mizuguchi has also stated that Space Channel 5 was inspired by the dance troupe Stomp. He highly enjoyed the performance, and began thinking why musicals were so much fun, but more importantly, how can we get this feeling into an interactive process? It was then that Space Channel 5 was born. Michael Jackson makes a cameo appearance as Space Michael in Space Channel 5, near the end of the game. The May 2007 issue of EGM contains a quote from series creator Tetsuya Mizuguchi concerning what it was like to work with Jackson. "We were in the middle of production of Space Channel 5, in 1998 or 1999. I got a call from the US from my partner, the executive producer of Space Channel 5, and he said, 'Oh, Michael wants to act in Space Channel 5. I said, "Who's Michael?" "Who is Michael Jackson?" He said, "The Michael Jackson, the real Michael Jackson." My partner had shown him the 60 to 70% complete version, when it was almost at the end of the game. We had 1 month to finalize. But Michael wanted to do something, so we suggested that if he was okay with it, we could program the people in the game to do the Michael Jackson dance when taken over by aliens. He said yeah. We initially had 5 aliens who danced. One of them became Michael Jackson. He had a more prominent role in Space Channel 5, Part 2, where he became the new head of Space Channel 5. While Ulala is distracted by a fake scoop, the headquarters are attacked and Space Michael is kidnapped by Purging the Rhythm Rogues and has to be rescued by Ulala in a level featuring several of Jackson's trademark dance moves. He then joins Ulala in facing up against Purge. In both versions of the game, Jackson speaks in English, which is subtitled into Japanese in the Japanese version. Release: Space Channel 5 was first released in Japan for the Dreamcast on December 16, 1999. It was later released in the United States on June 4, 2000 and in Europe on October 8, 2000. The game was given a budget DRI core release in Japan on December 21, 2000 in simpler packaging. In 2002, Space Channel 5 was ported to the PlayStation 2. It was released in Europe on March 15, 2002 and in Japan on December 12, 2002. It was released in North America on November 18, 2003 as part of a sole package called Space Channel 5 Special Edition that contained both Space Channel 5 and Space Channel 5, Part 2. A port of the game for the Game Boy Advance, titled Space Channel 5, Ulala's Cosmic Attack, was developed by ART-Co and released by THQ in June 2003 as part of a deal to make GBA games based on Sega properties. Reception: the PlayStation 2 versions received favorable reviews, while the Game Boy Advance version received mixed reviews, according to video game review aggregator Metacritic. USA Today gave the Dreamcast version all 4 stars and said it was all about fun, and Channel 5 delivers with a song. Entertainment Weekly gave the same version an awe and said that gamers of all ages undoubtedly will want to help Ulala get her groove back if not get their hands on a pair of those boots. The Village Voice gave the GBA version a score of 8 out of 10 and said that the controls were not fully reliable, and graphic-wise, size of course matters. But the cutesy, candy-colored femininity, and gameplay remain. Lawsuits In early 2003, Lady Miss Kia, formerly of the band Dirty Light, initiated a lawsuit against Sega Corporation for allegedly stealing her former persona and using it as the basis of a video game character. The lawsuit was based on accusations of copying her look of knee-high boots, short skirts and a pink ponytail, for Sega's Ulala character design. Lady Miss Kia claimed that Sega offered to pay her $16,000 to license her name, image and songs for the game, though she rejected their offer. Kirby later learned that the video game maker went ahead and used her resemblance anyway, and she decided to initiate the lawsuit. She ultimately lost the suit and a later appeal and was liable to pay Sega's legal fees of $608,000. In 2008, her single Groove Is in the Heart was licensed for use in the Sega video game Samba de Amigo for the Nintendo Wii, ironically appearing in a stage featuring Ulala. Legacy Space Channel 5, Part 2 Space Channel 5, Part 2 was released in Japan on February 14, 2002 both for the Dreamcast and PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 version was released in Europe on February 12, 2003, and in North America as part of Special Edition package with the first game on November 18, 2003. Space Channel 5 Part 2 was released in Japan featuring a carrying case and a set of large headphones. Improvements include real-time backgrounds as opposed to Part 1's rendered videos and stills. An HD version was released on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Windows in early 2011. It was also included in the Sega Dreamcast collection. Ulala's Channel J Ulala's Channel J was released for the Vodafone. Appearances in other games Ulala, along with other Space Channel 5 elements, have appeared in several other video games. Sonic Riders, Ulala appears as a playable character. Sega Superstars, there is a minigame based on Space Channel 5. Sega Superstars Tennis, Ulala and Pudding appear as playable characters. A Space Channel 5 tennis court is selectable. Feel the Magic, XY20, there is a minigame based on Space Channel 5. Sega Splash Golf, Ulala appears as a caddy. Beach Spikers, Ulala appears as a playable character. Samba de Amigo, Ulala makes a guest appearance, and Mexican Flyer is featured a song. Res, there is an unlockable Marolian evolution. Hatsune Miku, Project Diva, there is an unlockable Ulala outfit, and Mexican Flyer is featured as a song. Puyo Puyo 15th Anniversary, Marolians are featured as an alternate set of blocks, along with Space Channel 5 themed garbage indicators. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, Ulala appears as a playable character. She rides a space pod and her all-star move is dancing on her pod while zapping her foes with her space laser. Virtua Fighter 5, the Eurovision B update version of the game, features several customized items from Sega characters, among them is Ulala's full wardrobe, even including her guns. Rhythm Thief and the Emperor Euro Unregistered Trademark S Treasure, the game features a Space Channel 5 stage, where Raphael dances against his impersonator. Project X Zone, Ulala appears as a solo unit. Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, Ulala and Pudding appear as playable characters. Ulala's all-star move involves shooting at opponents, while Pudding uses her guitar to send shock waves. Project X Zone 2, Ulala appears as a solo unit. Ulala has also made a cameo in the 2001 film Josie and the Pussycats, where she is popular in the merchandising in a store that Wyatt visits to try out a demo CD. See also, Mr. Groove, Parappa the Rapper. References. External links, official website, Space Channel 5 at Moby Games, Space Channel 5, Special Edition at Moby Games.